Well, Claire, it's with great pleasure that I can introduce to you today your new Tiguan Allspace R-Line in black. It's an absolute stunner. And as I said to you before, everyone wants it and you're the only one that has it. So lucky for you, here it is, and it'll be delivered from West Auckland today over to the North Shore. There's the tow bar fitting on the back there, which is detachable, and inside a bag inside the boot there is a couple of balls, different sizes for different trailer hooks. From behind it's stunning, and from the side it is also just one very nice looking car. The more aggressive grille on the new version too certainly makes it stand out, and it makes a statement. I'm really impressed with it, and I hope you will be too. So first things first, I'm going to take you through a few things. 5-year warranty, 5-year roadside assist, and of course it's going to come with 2 keys. Those keys give you access to the car by locking and unlocking. So if I lock the car, of course it's locked and the mirrors fold in. We'll do that again just quickly. So I unlock it and the mirrors fold out. And of course the other way to access the car is if this key is in your proximity or proximity to the car, i.e. you've got it on your person or in your purse, I can walk up to the car, I can put my palm against it and it will lock the car. And if I want to unlock the car, I simply put my hand on the inside. I don't even have to pull the handle and it'll unlock. So that's a really nice little feature. The R branding is throughout the car, of course, because that's what it is. It's an R line all the way through the embroidered seats and down through. A lot of detail throughout the car. The first thing I see when I look at it is the ambient lighting through the side and the carbon fibre, and then of course you know about the doors and the windows all on your right hand side and your mirrors. A little tip for you too, if you happen to stick the setting for the mirrors into left, when you back the car, the left hand mirror will drop and will show you what's going on the ground. So interesting if you don't already know about that. Then of course you've got heated mirrors on the right as well, and of course I'm just going to make it nice and simple, stick it to 0 for now. Your locks in and out, you boot to release the back, and then of course you know about a little bit of storage down here. I've set the lights to auto, and this is for your heads up display. Yes, this car comes with heads up display. A little screen will pop up and I'll show you that in a second. Electric seats on the driver's side. Going into the back of the car, we can see a little bit from here, we can actually see just how much extra room you get. So of course you've got extra seats back there. They're set up, and the way to access that is just by pulling this toggle here and bringing that forward. So for the kiddies to get into the back, that's relatively simple. You've got some extra charging down here, and of course this model now comes with a faster charger, the Type C, and then of course we've got a little bit of refreshment holders in the middle. Lots of storage. They've thought of things like little pockets here for cell phones this time. Plenty of space there, and then of course plenty of space in the door. I want you to accept an offering from us. This is a gift from Tristram European. Thank you for buying another car from us. You'll find some accessories in there that'll complement the car, so enjoy those. Right, and again there's that ambient lighting flowing through the car. Now let's see what kind of fuel we're running to, shall we? So by pushing that, of course, and then you'll be looking under here, you'll be looking at 95 to run in this car. 95 it is. Okay, and then of course that's easy to close. To open the boot, of course you know how to do that by pushing the boot one, and then of course in this particular one you'll see it'll lift up. Nice and simple. Now one little tip that lots of people do not know, and I'll just go over it for you. If for instance you happen to be in a garage and the height is a little bit lower than expected, you can actually change the height if you didn't know, and basically all I do is just bring it down to a level that I'm comfortable with, and then I hold this button for a couple of seconds. It'll acknowledge with a bleep, and then of course that's the height it'll always go when I go back into the garage. See? So I'm going to push it back to the normal height. I'll ask for that acknowledgement again. There we go, and that's the setting. In the rear here with all this extra room, you've got these seats so you can fold forward. relatively easily, really simple. And of course they go all the way down, and I just need to release these front seats here. Once I do that, then of course those will go down further, but we'll leave them up for now because of course kiddies love to see those. There's a bit of space back there too. All right, there's also a detachable torch on this one, so that goes onto the side of the car if you need it. You happen to be in a situation where it may come in handy anyway. All right, so into here, and then of course this is what I was talking about, the two balls for the detachable tongue, and of course for your towing. So that's inside here. You'll be amazed how many people go out there and find out that they've got the wrong size ball for their tow bar. Alright, we'll leave that inside there for now. And now underneath here, of course, you do know that this is where you'll find your parcel tray cover. Right, just underneath there, and then there's a full spare wheel. Now, talking about warranties and servicing, 5-year roadside assist and 5-year warranty on the Volkswagen product. So relatively easy for you to feel very comfortable with driving a Volkswagen, which you already know. You've had the experience. This will be an interesting experience for you because, in my opinion, have been a slightly longer wheelbase. This is a much more luxurious drive. Now, electric seats on the passenger side also, so I think in the last Highline it didn't have that. If you are a passenger, they've even accommodated you this time here with something to hold your cell phone or something inside that compartment. And of course, as you already know, air conditioning duct into this into your glove box, and then of course that's where your service menus are and everything. Very much similar to the last one, just quite an update. So let's get to the updates. Right, here we are with the two keys. Let's have a look inside. So I'm going to jump inside here now, and the first thing I see is the new digital dash. Well, that's pretty cool. It's set up in red for now. There'll be a reason for that. We're about to find out. So by moving the electric seats, I find myself in my position, and then of course if I need to get the steering wheel closer to me or make changes, this goes in and out and up and down. Not a lot of cars do that these days, but Volkswagen have thought about that pretty well, and of course have incorporated it into this car. Now, you know, there's storage up here, you know, there's storage back here too. And of course, for the kiddies in the back, again, you've got plenty of room up there for things like devices and other bits and pieces. Looking into the dash straight away, I see on the right-hand side my kilometres I'm driving, my range for the fuel, and then of course the gear right in the middle, what gear I'm in the rev. So we've got our temperature for the engine, and on the right-hand side we have got our fuel. Right, and at the moment it looks like it's set to motorway, so there'll be a reason for the redness around here. Generally it goes by changes. Yeah, it's actually set up in sport. If I change it now to normal, it'll go to blue. If I change it to comfort, it'll go to yellow. And then if I change it to eco, I'm sure it'll go to, it looks like an aqua colour, which is quite nice actually, all over. Again, going to red, it'll change all the ambient lighting around the car to red. And if I go into normal, it'll go to blue, and it'll be a nice clear colour through here. Anyway, you'll see that later on as you drive it into the night, and you'll see what it's all about. Right, of course, now we've got a different steering wheel. It's all touch and play. So I'll start with the left hand side. Your cruise control settings are a set and a reset. If you want to add a little bit more speed whilst you're in cruise control, it's just plus or minus. And if you want to try out your distance control, all you do is push the middle one here, and that will take you into your autos. Let's have a jump into auto assistance or assistance systems mode. Let's just jump into there. As I toggle through on the right hand side here, I'm getting all the information that I need on the car. So what I can do is go lane assist. my ACC, I'll turn that on. It's inactive right now. It's active, right? Then I go back, I go back out of there. And again, this is what I call my library on my right hand side here. So as I toggle through or up and down, you can see in the background I've got changes happening. So I can turn my ACC on, yep. And then I can come out of there and go further down. My side assist is on, my rear traffic is on, my front assist is on, and then I go back to the start. Right, and what will happen is a little car will come up inside there once there's a car detected in front of me. And then you can choose your distance by pushing this one here and going in or out on that. You're already aware of the lights being on your left, and of course your wipers on the right. You'll also see just down here behind here is these are paddle shifters for changing down in manual gear. So plus is upper gear and minus is down a gear, so they're quite conveniently placed just behind the steering wheel, but it's a nice feeling steering wheel and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Right, as we start moving across, you are aware of your infotainment system. So again, another upgrade. It looks a lot more succinct than it was before, and of course there's this touchy or don't touch mode with the hand, and it's not detecting me now, but it will do that. As I go into this, I can go into my Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and it is asking me to use a USB device or a cable. So we've got to connect that to one of those ports down there, and of course then all of your favorite apps will come up if you're using Apple CarPlay. Still not wireless yet. It will be wireless in the future, but it's not today. This is part of those changes that were made inside some of the models when the semiconductors issues started to happen around the world. Some cars, some of the auto and electrical and connectivity parts changed slightly. Air conditioning's inside here also, and again you can just move that up and down for your temperature control. If I want to lower the temperature, I can do that from down here. If I want to sync it, I can do it from here. So it's not necessary to go into the infotainment system. That's all still manual down here. Now you do have you've got, interestingly enough, on this model you've got heated seats and you've got blower, so you can turn your heated seats off, and come summertime you can actually turn the air on and get some ventilation through your seat to cool you down. That's a really nice feature, especially in a black car. So that's what we get in this car this time. And of course outside of that we've got all of our syncing, and we can make some changes to the car. Vehicle itself, there's information on the vehicle inside here, and as you toggle through you can see all of those tyre pressures as well. Going back to home gives you the map, gives you the status on the vehicle, gives you the range, and of course the radio stations and stuff as well. So the first things we want to do when we get into the car is set up the phone. So we'll be looking for setting up the phone into 6750, and once that Bluetooth set, everything else starts to come together. So all of a sudden it becomes yours, and then you can start making calls and making contacts with your friends. Now of course start stops down here, auto park is on. This is the mode button which I was using before, which you're pretty familiar with, and as soon as I go into this here, what ends up happening again, it just changes the color. And then we go down into this area here, and I can see people are standing around the car, and then of course I've got my auto parking as well. I wouldn't give that a shot just yet, just get familiar with the car. And then your auto off, that's that feature that manages this car from stop starting when you're at the lights. Alright Clare, this has been a journey, and certainly been, this is a great car. As I said, there is nothing like it in the country at the moment that's available. Certainly sold out in black. So thanks very much. I look forward to seeing you later on, tomorrow morning, and you can come pick up a new car. Alright, thanks again. Bye bye.